G'day guys, hope you're enjoying the podcast.
As always.
We're about to be enjoying the podcast anyway.
Yeah!
If you are enjoying the pod, make sure to send it to a friend. Yeah. And excitingly, there's a brand new feature.
New feature alert.
On Spotify, which is that little feedback box.
The box. We love a little box.
And on the on each of the episodes, you can plug away a bit of feedback for the show. So you can literally say basically give us some feedback specific to the show that you just listened to, the episode you just listened to. No matter what episode you're up to, ping us in that feedback, and then you can that feedback will then feature for other people who are catching up or they're listening to the episodes. They will see that as well, and most importantly, we like to see it. So if you can share it with your friends and write a few little words in the box, it would mean the absolute world to us.
We've been doing some radio down at Radio Fremantle. That's 107.9 FM. What you're about to hear is what we chatted about there on the weekend.
You can obviously join us live each and every Saturday between 8 to 10 a.m.
But don't worry, because if you missed the episode, you can listen right here in your podcast feed.
Enjoy!
Coming to you live from the studios in Fremantle. The Three Brothers.
I'm feeling fan-freaking-tastic.
Boys! Is this thing on?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Welcome to the best day of the week. It's Saturday.
TGIS.
Turn your radios on. Crank up that dial. Saturdays are for the bros. The weekend's here. You're listening to the Macpack on Radio Fremantle 107.9.
Good morning and welcome to the Macpack on Radio Freo. Jake, Joe and Junior Boy in the studio to get your weekend underway. Fellas, how are we?
Oh, we made it, boys. It's Saturday and I'm happy to be here.
It's Saturday the 15th of March. Let's get into it. The Ides of March.
The Ides.
The Ides of March. It's the 15th of March. It's the day that Julius Caesar was assassinated.
Might be our first ever boring call. Golly gosh, that's a lot of information for the first, we're exactly 1 minute in.
Yeah.
And do we know who did it yet?
Oh,
Was it Cassius or Brutus?
Oh, it was Brutus. He's gone and done it. He's knocked it off in one.
Prick. If you didn't know, Jake, Brutus was Cassius's... No, Brutus was Caesar's right-hand man. They were best friends.
They were best friends. He was even a son-in-law of sorts.
Oh.
Keep your
and he stabbed him.
Family business.
Poor Julius.
And all he got was a bloody salad named after him.
And a month.
And a bloody month. What month?
July.
What is happening? Where are we?
July Caesar salad.
Yes.
So today we have to eat only
Caesar salads.
That's right. Coming up after 9, Joe's going to be eating 14 Caesar salads
and having a cesarean.
Is that why they're called
the Caesar section?
I think no. It's good though because he was, he cut open to die.
Ooh. Any midwives, text into the show. 047 30 30 880. Tell us what you're eating today if it's a Caesar salad and if the cesarean section is indeed named after Julius himself.
Okay. Well, that's definitely started a different way to how I had imagined the show. We got a big show on the cards today, though. We are asking, when did you lock yourself out?
Ooh.
Because we had a little bit of a lockout situation take place from one of us.
The lockout. Who was locked out? Was it Julius? Was it Joe? Was it me?
Who knows?
During the weekend. Plus, coming up after 9 o'clock, it's a new game. It's the first time we've ever played this game on radio. It is the Impressions game that Junior Boy hosts.
Woo!
And we're also asking, what does your coworker do that pisses you off? Up next, what did you do despite the plan?
Bang.
Listening to the Macpack on Radio Freo 107.9. Jump on the trio with Zebra. Listening to the Macpack on Radio Freo 107.9. Jake, Joe and Junior Boy in the studio to get your weekend underway.
Last Saturday, I was kicking it. Actually, maybe it was Sunday. Last Sunday, I was kicking it with the fam.
Oh, nice.
You guys weren't there, but I was with the mother.
Which other fan?
Mother and pa.
Oh, Mum, Pa.
The rest of the
five of us.
the quintuple.
Just your parents, I reckon, is the word you want to go with, Joe.
The folks, we were there, we were chilling out, and we were watching the footy. Can't remember the score, what teams were playing.
Don't want to talk about
it. And we head into halftime. Halftime is the peak heading to get something to eat time.
Okay, yep.
And Mother Dearest is going to get a cheeky meal. And then Dad makes a humble request
Oh.
for his favourite beveragino.
Oh, he
That's
loves
right,
it. Can we all
beveragino.
say it on 3?
3, 2, 1.
Frappé.
Coffee frappe.
Oh, the coffee frappe.
The coffee frappe, yeah.
He asked me to get him a coffee frappe the other week.
And you told him to get...
Do you know how much the coffee frappe? Like you would
Too much.
Yeah, more than the meal.
$8?
I went to the establishment you get the coffee frappe from. I bought 2 burgers, chips, and a drink for less than the coffee frappe cost.
He loves the coffee frappe, and there was a bit of, as soon as he asked, there was a bit of commotion. Oh, of course, he needs one.
Oh, God.
He needs
Injected with that frappe.
And then he was talking about, obviously a coffee frappe can be a bit of a dangerous drink to drink.
Ooh.
Because it comes, obviously it's a frozen beverage with nice little ice shards in it. I love the ice. It's yummy, yummy, yummy.
Okay.
Um,
Sharding.
But he, yeah, it's got some shards in there. But he was saying when he drinks it, he's often one to get the brain freeze.
Brain fries.
Oh.
And he says, this is verbatim what he did. He says, yeah, sometimes I drink them and I get brain freeze. And I go,
Really paint the picture for us, Frankie.
I don't think I've ever heard him do that.
like a villain dying in, almost like a Darth Vader dying. You know, when you, no, that's like his reaction to, because the drink he loves so much can bring him pain.
Can.
And then he says, you know what he does after that? He goes in again for another one. He's back. It's something that he loves so much that no matter the amount of pain. And he says, he was going on about how much he hates brain freeze. This is horrible. His whole body is having a reaction to
Well,
it.
as I mentioned, when I bought him the one that I bought him only 2 weeks ago, he was so happy. He was just sitting at the table having we're having a different conversation, and I can attest because he just sat there and went, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong." He goes, "Oh, I got a brain freeze."
Yeah, it's like a kid on Halloween eating too much candy and getting sick. But you got to keep eating the candy.
You got to go back for
So
more.
I wanted to ask, what do you do despite the plan?
Despite the pain.
What is
What
something?
do you love so much that you enjoy despite the pain? You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Freo 107.9. EMF with Unbelievable. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Freo 107.9. Jake John, Junior Boy in the studio to get your weekend underway. And we're asking the people to get in contact for a couple of different reasons today, Joe. We want you to get in contact on 047 30 30 88. Oh, if you've got any good song recommendations, we'll be spinning tracks until 10 a.m. this morning. So ping in your requests.
Hell yeah.
We also had, Riley was asking if any midwives were delivering cesareans today. Get in contact.
Get in
Are you
contact.
having a Caesar salad?
Marginally more niche. But the current question we're asking, lads, is what do you do despite the pain?
And I've got one in from Doug.
Dougie.
Yeah, Doug has texted in and says he loves a sour warhead despite not being super good at the sourness.
True.
So he just enjoys the...
Loves a bit of the taste, but like the react. You know when you have that reaction when your eyes starts to go
Oh,
funny?
it's actually happening now. My jaw's like clenching.
Yeah, even
up.
think you're like, oh, it is nice, but you got to get through the bit where your eyes.
It's actually happening to my jaw.
Yeah,
You know,
it
you
is
bite
crazy.
like a
how
sour strap and you just get all, everything clenches.
it is funny. You can get that reaction. Just,
Everything.
everything is clenched. I'm clenched up. It is funny that can happen just by you can eat a sour thing or someone can describe a sour thing and you get the same reaction.
Whoa.
I also had Andy flick in a message.
Oh,
and
Ando!
she said that she...
What's that?
Andy.
And it's a woman.
Andy with an eye.
Andy, Andie. She lives at...
Andy.
So,
I
Andy's...
wonder what Andy's full name is. There's no way her name
Well,
is.
hopefully she might text back in a
Andrea?
second. Stop giving me a hassle. She goes, I eat dairy despite being lactose intolerant because I love the meal. But she's very strategic with it. She says that like she really has to lean into the meal that she's gonna have that she really wants.
Yeah.
The next day, you're gonna have a pretty empty schedule, I believe. So poor Andy.
It is crazy. I like ice cream and I'm not lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. I don't think it's worth it.
Oh, really?
It's good, but
Yeah, but does it affect you or does it just affect the people around you? Because I love the smell of my own farts. I'm happy to go on record with that. Speaking
glad.
of,
You
yours
just
are
have-
actually
Speaking of-
lavender-esque.
thank you. That'll be the lavender I shove up there. Speaking of farts, The boys invited me on a trip recently to go to Bali.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, count me in, dude. And then everyone was like, oh, but what about the Bali belly that you're
Bali
inevitably
belly.
going to get? And I did it despite the pain. Despite the pain of Bali belly, people still go to Bali.
And how'd that
They
go
do,
for-
but
how'd
you
that go
cried and
for
came
you?
home early.
You hated every
I
second of
wouldn't
it.
do it, but the amount of people that do it baffles me.
Love it. This one's coming from Tess Robinson, James Johnson, Raised Like That. You're listening to the Mac Pack on Radio Free. Sewage Air, Straight Lines. You're listening to the Mac Pack on Radio Freo 107.9. Jake, Joe, and Junior Boy in the studio to get your weekend underway.
Boys, we're asking the question, what does your coworker do that annoys you?
Ooh.
Because I was on break the other day. Let me take you back, boys. I was on break. No, this was years ago, actually.
Wow, we are flying through time here.
I hope you're strapped in. I hope you got your seatbelt on.
And this was bad because it's something that annoyed you years ago.
That's right.
Now
that you're still talking about on radio.
It came up in convo the other day.
Can you imagine doing something to someone? And then 5 years later, they bring it up on radio.
That's right. I was working at the movie cinema, and I entered the staff room on my break, ready to get some food in me. And I walk in there and I decide, I don't have any food. I'm going to go down to the food hall. Come back up. I get a bloody burger and chips from my good friends at Nando's. Nando's with the Mandos.
Yeah.
And my good friend walks in. We won't say his name because I don't want to embarrass him. In case he's still doing this. He might be a serial at this, right? Anyway, so I'm tucking away at my Nando's, mild. What do you guys get at Nando's?
You don't get the hot?
I like to mix it up. Sometimes hot, sometimes mild. Depends what the buds are doing.
Anyway, and then I'm chewing into my bloody burger and chippies, and he walks in the room, and he's like, "Oh, how you going, man? Oh, chippies."
Oh, no.
And he comes and grabs
You
one and
can't
walks
be
off.
doing that.
How close are you with this guy?
Not close enough. And then he left, and I looked at my mate, and I was like, "That was weird." And he was like, "Bro, he does that to everyone." But then one time I saw him walk around the whole table and get like
you can't do
a sweet
that.
potato fry
Yeah.
from him, a wedge from him, and then a classic French fry from the other guy.
It's not on.
Dog.
He might
Is
have
it-
heaps of fries, but he's got no friends doing that sort of
Fries or
behaviour.
friends. I love it.
Dog act, I reckon. This guy was stealing my bloody chippies, boys. My chippies.
That is annoying. I do hate it when you order, like, because you know the amount of chips or whatever you're getting.
Yeah,
And when someone's like, oh, like, do you want to split?
yeah.
No, I don't want to split. I would rather buy someone else their own chip. It's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's about the me not having enough chips.
That's right. This is my food, glorious food.
What is happening? I have decided not to order chips when we go out at times if
If you're in a group,
or if
sit.
there are some people in particular, I'm like, okay, cool. These chips are going to become your chips, not my chips. So I'm going to buy a burger, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
instead, or whatever.
Yeah, but having to buy chips for the table,
Not on.
it sucks.
Not on.
I don't want to buy everyone 2 chips. I want to buy me lots of chips.
Exactly right. So we are asking the question, what does your coworker do that annoys you? Dope Lemon with Marinade. You're listening to the Mac Pack on Radio Freo 107.9.
Boys, we're talking food because there's a serial food stealer at one of my ex-works.
He was stealing cereal.
Your ex works.
What is that? What do you mean cereal?
Cereal, the food.
What do you mean?
He was stealing cereal.
You said he was a serial stealer.
Oh, nice, dude.
Got to get up pretty early to catch that one.
No, he was into something else.
Lick, 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 lick. I wanna eat your
Chippies. That's right. This guy always used to steal chips from my co-workers. But I heard it like on the, in the break room. You just grab a little fry. You just be like, "Oh, chippy, I'll grab one of those." No, you won't, mate.
It's a fry
No,
guy.
you really
They're my fries,
You
guy.
can't huff and puff over one bloody chip, can you? You can't be that guy.
What is the amount that...
You can huff and puff
Yeah.
over. Like, if they come back, if they're sitting next to you and they dip the 3 times, I reckon.
did 3 times? Okay, but what if they're like
Oh, that's-
French fries?
That's sharing. Dipping
And you
3
take-
times is weird.
Just wait till you hear what this guy did. Apparently, I wasn't there for this, but I heard that one of my mates was having mac and cheese one Saturday after.
Yeah.
You can't go sticking your digits in the mac and cheese ledge.
And he
Makes
had
a funny squelching noise.
No, he didn't stick his own digits in. he had his own fork,
Nah,
which
you
he
can't-
wiped clean, and then dipped in and grabbed this guy's
What is
mac
this
and
guy's
cheese.
problem?
I know, right? What are you doing,
Mac and cheese.
bro?
The fact that he had his own fork, to me, that means he's either eaten or he's carrying a fork around like an opportunist.
Yeah. So you worked, this was when you worked in the theatre.
The movie theatre.
Would he steal patrons' customers? Would he steal patrons' popcorn while they were enjoying their
Well,
film?
not while they're enjoying their film, but before it was handed to them, probably. It'd
I-
take a couple of
I once had a gentleman working at the movie cinemas as well. He came through. I ripped his ticket, and he had so much stuff going on. And he goes, "You want some popcorn?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm all good." He goes, "Have some popcorn." Man. Next thing you know, I'm having a bit of his popcorn before he's even walked in the movie.
There you are. So we're asking the question: what does your coworker do that annoys you?
My coworker. Well, actually, I've only sat next to this person once. And they were chirping on their Zoom video calls all day long. That's one thing. But the thing that annoyed me was there was some sort of microphone sync issue
Yeah.
that was never resolved throughout the day. And every phone call began with hello, hello,
Can you hear
hello, can you hear me? I can. I'm sitting 2 feet away from you and you've been yelling into your computer for the past 6 hours. Anyway, that happened to me today.
The worst I ever had, Joey was at the same place as I was someone who had pretty hectic body odor. But we used to have this vest that you have to wear into the freezer, right? Because it was so freezing cold in there, understandably.
Yeah.
And it was this huge padded jacket. But whoever had worn it so frequently had just this odor about themselves that had actually stuck into the jacket.
And it was such a big vest that I don't know if it would even fit in a washing machine. This was a heavy duty, like an Iceland
and it was
wilderness trip.
It was high vis and everything, but like you just walk
high vis
past
and high
it.
stench.
You would just walk
Really?
past it and it would smell.
But how does someone sweating in the cooler room?
Oh, that's
That's
the most
the problem,
perplexing
yeah.
part. But the thing is, you put the thing on
Who was it?
to then go into the cool
tell you
room.
after.
You had to then put the thing on to go into the cool room to do the respective activity.
Yeah. Eat a
That
chocolate.
smell just like engulfs you, and then you smell like that for the rest of the day. And so from
now
that,
they think.
yeah, that whole shift is like, oh, you're the owner of the stench, champion. You're not the owner of the stench. You're just doing your job. The Cranberries of Dreams, you're listening to the MacFac on Radio Freo 107.9. Joey, how's things?
It's going well. You've kicked into gear. You've got your massager out on the panel. You're going to be running that in the second hour?
We're masseuring. Yeah, I'm going to masseur now.
You bring it often, but often it stays in your bag.
Why do you have a massage gun in the studio? Can I see it real quick?
Oh.
Just hand it to me while it's on.
Oh, chainsaw.
So this is the massage gun.
I don't know who you're showing. Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's
That'd be good.
I
That's
wonder-
not you.
yeah.
Sounds like you got a flat tire there.
You know, I was drying my hands the other day at the Perth Convention
That's rare because you
Centre.
don't normally wash them.
yeah. I always wondered what those things were for. I was drying my hand the other day, and the air hand dryer at the Perth Convention Centre was so strong that I could see my skin moving.
Melting.
Like it had a hole in it from the air blowing. And
Yeah,
I was
I've
looking
had
around,
that-
and
I've had that before.
it was a pretty packed toilet, and I was like, guys, check it out. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, the massage job. What is up with that?
I'm not sure what you want me to tell you about it. It's good for my muscles. I just like to massage.
Ah, working up the sweat in the radio studio from carrying the team, from
It is-
working the desk.
It is vibrator-esque, though. That's the main issue I have with
Yeah,
it.
because it has to vibrate the muscles.
Of course
Obviously.
it does. Of course. We've got one of those ones you sit at home on your chair.
Yeah, they're nice as well.
they're
We could get a
cool.
few of those in this year. We should bring one of them next week.
Oh,
That'd
yes.
be great. Just the three of us. Just like,
We'll be talking the whole episode.
actually pretty good. We've got a game coming up just after 9 o'clock. Junior boy, what are we thinking here?
That's right, boys. Brand new game. We haven't played it on the radio before. Impressions that we guess is the name of the game.
It's a bit of a podcast specialty at the moment. I must admit.
I'm looking forward to doing it live.
Yeah, I'm nervous because sometimes the impressions are
Subpar.
skew if at best. So it'd be interesting to hear them live with everybody else in real time.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
sure he's brought his best
Oh,
for the debut.
My A game, Joe. My A game.
He
Nothing
loves.
less.
He loves. What is it? Kane? What's the bloke's name? Don't know. You're
Kane
listening.
Corns.
You're listening to the MacFac on Radio Free. Maroon 5, Sunday morning. You're listening to the Mac Pack on a Saturday morning. It's Jake, Joe, and Junior Boy in the studio to get your weekend underway. And boys, it is time for the quiz. During that last little break, me and Joey had a few goes on the old massage gun. Yeah. Meanwhile, Riley outside pacing the walls, pacing the halls more like it, listening to the respective impressions I imagine you're about to
That's exactly right.
divulge onto live radio.
Doing my little bit of my warm-ups, my vocal warm-ups. Getting ready to get into
Explain the game
characters.
for the people at home, Junior Boy.
The game's called The Impressions That We Guess.
It is.
I am not self-appointed that I think that I can do impressions, but you guys seem to think that I can give it a red hot go.
It's like walking up and down the hall seems pretty confident.
So we've turned it into a bloody game, haven't we?
We have.
Impressions that we
Here we
guess.
go,
It's
all right.
coming up right now. I do impressions and you guys have to guess.
Impressions are meant to be good, no matter what he's got possessed. We'll guess them if we could. It makes me wonder if his impressions will be understood, because we haven't heard them yet. But we're hoping that they're good, because they're impressions that we guess.
That's exactly right. I've got 3 ready to go for you boys today.
All I can say is I hope the impressions are better than the singing.
That's
The
right.
yelling.
But obviously, the way the game works is that I don't just do the characters what they would usually say, because it would give it
You
away.
can't give it away with
Yes.
it's not guess the classic line.
So usually, I spoken word a famous song in the character's voice. And today's song is going to be one from ABBA.
There was something in the air that night.
Here we go.
So you're doing characters or actors?
Okay, we've got one personality, two
Is that a character or is that an actor?
2 humans and 1 character, 1 fictional.
Okay.
In that order, I can say.
And
that.
are we guessing the actor? We're not necessarily guessing the person that the film. So we're not guessing like
Either or, I think. For the character,
Okay.
Yeah, the character just guess. Yeah,
Okay.
get it roughly on the mark.
We'll go. Let's
Alrighty.
go our names. Names as our buzzers.
Names as buzzers, yeah.
And don't. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Number 1 coming up now.
This is a very nervous
Yeah.
voice, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a
Next
man
time I
who's not
speak, I will
super
be in character.
Yeah, he's transforming before our very eyes.
confident. Oh my god.
You could hear the drums, Fernando. You could hear the drums, Fernando. I forgot all the lyrics, but you could hear the drums, Fernando.
The drums, Fernando.
You really can.
There was something in the air that night. Starts with Brett Fernando.
If you're enjoying this week's episode of the podcast, the best thing that you can do to show us a little bit of support is to share it with your mates. Whether it's a story on Instagram, a private message to a pal,
A DM.
slide into those DMs, do whatever you need be, or even just like message your mum and be like, these guys, they swear a lot, but like
I prefer Gmail as
they
well.
mean, Gmail's good.
Gmail's good.
It's slow, like it's a very slow and formal
work?
way.
I click on any link I get. In my Gmail.
Yeah, nice, fair enough. So yeah, chuck it on your Instagram story or send it to a mate. But whatever you do, we just want to grow this little baby pack.
Fantastic. And then every week you can chat about the pack with your pack.
There you go. Exactly.
That was
Jake. I'm going Dobby from Harry Potter.
No.
Okay, so mate,
no.
This is a real
one more
person.
time.
This is a real
Oh, this is a
person.
real. What are you saying about
There was
Dobby?
something in the air that night.
Oh,
It
it's-
starts with Brett Fernando.
It's got Dobby about it, doesn't it? You can't lie.
I'm gonna. It's tricky. I'm gonna go with Graham Norton.
Well, I think that if you come out and there's a cocktail waiting for you, you immediately think this might be a nice time.
You can hear the drums, Fernando.
The only reason I guessed him is because we saw him this week.
That's an interesting, good guess, an opportune guess based on our. So are they all going to be? Are they all going to be
done this
Are
week?
they all going to be like different things that we watched?
No, not at all. These other 2 are going to be completely random. But I felt I had it in my repertoire, considering we saw him for an hour and a half during the week.
Yeah.
I did my study.
I would be less inclined to put that on the old resume.
All right, next one coming up now.
Here we go. He's getting into
Transforming.
He's getting transforming again. Transform a little bit harder, I reckon.
There was
this time.
something. There was something in the air that night. There was something in the air that
So yeah, it's changed. It's changed completely.
I'm morphing.
Yeah.
Can you tell us when
Those
you're
are
in full-
when you're done.
There was something in the air.
That's three very different.
were bright. Fernando.
Jake, I'm gonna go Lord Voldemort. They're all Harry Potter themed at the moment. Okay, that's a good one.
Something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando.
You do sound.
Wait, there
There was
something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando.
I feel like I know it, but
Voldemort's not a bad guy.
Yeah,
Can we
yeah.
agree that Voldemort?
This is a real human. This is a real human man that you would see
sounds like this.
or hear on TV. There was something in the air that night.
Oh wait, is it RFK? Robert
No.
F. Kennedy?
He
he
got shot, Joe.
Yeah.
There was something in the air that night.
Is this mid-shooting?
The stars were...
Is that mid-shooting? Maybe it's RFK mid-shooting.
Help. There was something in the air that night. Come on, guys.
I think I'm gonna have to pass. I don't know.
Nature show.
Part of me...
Oh, at Edinburgh. It doesn't sound like a name.
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando.
The abundance of krill
my God,
attracts
that must
other
be the worst
visitors
ever.
to the peninsula in the summer.
I'm not going to take the point of that one because I got it based off
Antarctic
nature
minke
show.
whales.
Go. Okay, go give us a bit of it now.
There was something in the air that night.
Has he been
It's
hit by a...
sort of- it's
Has
like-
he been hit by a bull or
It
something?
definitely sounds like someone sort of trying to do an Attenborough impression.
I never said I could do impressions.
It sounds like
But we're
someone...
here, dude.
Okay, last
It's like
one.
an emphysema patient.
We're here.
Okay, last. So this is terrifying. If I get
And
this...
this is my
what-
worst
Oh my god.
This could be anything.
This is the one I was practicing.
So if I get
okay.
this, we are going to have to go to a tie break. I think we'll have to throw to a song.
Mathematically, Joe
I
has
think
one.
we'll have to throw to a song.
I
Here we
think
go.
the real winner is the listener.
The listener. I bet the listener at home is getting them like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right, next one coming up now. I'm morphing, boys. I'm morphing.
morphs so hard compared to the last two.
Go. There was something in the air. No, that's really not it. There was something. There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright, Fernando.
Joe, Mike Trout.
No.
Well,
He's already done that
Already
one.
done.
we
yeah.
guess him every game at least
A lot of
once.
people sound like it.
All right. There was something in. No, there was something in the air.
What's that? Bit?
No, there was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando.
Jake, I'm going to say Homer Simpson.
Ooh, close. Fictional character, cartoon character. Doe, there was something in the air that night.
He's saying
The stars were
Doe.
bright.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, firstly, I'm so sorry. And secondly,
do one more time.
if you are confused, nothing that I could say right now would fix that.
There was something in the air that night. Doe.
What is that bit?
Do you want me to give it away?
No. I want to. Let's stick with that. This has been really. This is good.
I need more lyrics, dude. Come on,
Something
Alan.
in-
Come to me.
The song in the air that I.
Gimme.
Oh, doing different.
Doe. There was something in the air that night.
All right, give us a very, very broad hint. Not a hint that we would be able to get
Maybe
it
do a
straight
line
away.
or something.
Joey, it's
If you're
9 o'clock.
buying.
Joe, it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez.
Do a line from the show.
Do you still have any from last
Maybe if you
Oh
just...
wait, it's Patrick Star.
Those SpongeBob!
Yeah, he's doing pretty
If
good.
only you could see inside my secret box, it would change your life.
Not exactly sure what secret box Patrick Star's talking about, but technically, Joe just got 3 in a row.
Oh, yeah. What
Joe
a,
sweat.
Let's go.
that gives the whole game a lot more credit than it deserves. To say that there was 3
nailed it.
correct guesses at any point.
So now
in
the
time.
scores in the game series are Joe on 4, Jake on 3, me on 2.
Gosh. Jackie Youths with Heroes. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Free 107.9. Jake, Joe, and Junior Boy in the studio to get the weekend underway.
Yeah,
And lads, we're currently asking the question: when did you do something a little bit dangerous?
Ooh.
But it was just as dangerous as it was hilarious.
Oh.
Love a long question.
Because it comes as a Domino's pizza driver was filmed doing a wheelie down High Street.
Hell yeah.
Which has now gone on to spark a bit of an investigation, lads.
Oh, was he delivering pizzas and having a bit of fun?
He was, which goes against...
Maybe he was on his lunch break.
Oh,
We don't know.
well,
Yeah, maybe he was eating the pizzas.
I'm about to show you a video that might undo that idea. A pizza chain has launched an investigation after one of its drivers was caught on camera attempting a motorbike stunt before crashing in the road.
Oh, no.
Attempting or nailing?
Is he okay?
Well, let's have a quick little gaze at this video. I've got it up ready to go for you, lads. Let's have a gaze. Here we go. The man who we are watching here
Yeah, okay, I see
is
it.
the lad in question. He is on a motorbike, all right?
Yep.
And he was filmed trying to pull off a wheelie riding down the middle of the road.
Cool.
In South London. This
Oh, London.
is how it goes.
London, baby.
The voice,
He's not done it. He wasn't going fast ever. He was
What do you reckon
crawling.
max speed was on that? 7?
7? Yeah, I think
Miles?
could have been an 8.
It wasn't quick at all. A spokesman for the American chain confirmed the incident was under investigation and
yeah.
called it massively unacceptable. The footage of the maneuver was first shared on Twitter. And has obviously been retweeted thousands of times. It's nice of the lads to then cheer him on. That gets noted in the
Do you think-
article how much cheering goes on before the event, really egging him on to do it.
Yeah.
And then I reckon the volume almost increases as he falls over.
He eats a bit of bitumen.
It also semi-looked accidental, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe it was his first time ever riding a motorbike. And it was just all a fault.
He wasn't riding, he was falling in style.
Yeah, he wasn't riding. He was. The bike was riding him. He
That's
had
right.
become an instrument.
They're built different over there in London. You know, apparently you get free pizza if they don't deliver it in the due time.
Because you've crashed into the side of the road.
Because you're on someone's vehicle.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he was doing. He was trying to save the company a bit of money.
You get a free pizza if they need to pick gravel off it.
That's exactly right.
So the question we're asking is when you do something that was a little bit unacceptable but equally as funny. Get in contact on 047 30 30 880. We'll hear the best ones up next because as much as it might have been a bit of an incident, I found that quite entertaining.
It was worth it.
I would love to see my pizza delivery guy just pop a wheelie as he backs out the driveway. Bob Sinclair, Love Generation. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Freo or 107.9. It's Jake Joe, Junior Boy in the studio to get you where you can handle it. I'm currently asking the question, lads, when did something hilariously funny and a little bit dangerous take place in your life?
In your life, boys. There was this...
Because
Oh!
because there was
Run it back,
there was a Domino's driver who was getting around on a little motorbike, and he had all the boxes stacked on the back in like a big esky looking situation. And he tried to decide, I'm going to pop a wheelie.
Do you reckon the weight of the pies threw him off?
Yeah, I reckon that
Otherwise
was
he
it.
would have nailed it, but because he had,
It was
maybe he was like, oh, usually I do this, but it's all thin and crispy. I had a deep dish meat lovers extra pep, and it's taken the pep out of my step on this wheelie.
Maybe it's either that or the fact that he's never done a wheelie.
That
before.
also looked like it could have been the case.
He did look like he was
How far do you
debuting
reckon
the
you
skit.
need to go to be able to do a wheelie?
More than
More
what he
than
was
like
doing.
walking?
Well, I reckon next week we've got 2 hours to kill. Joey, you could
We've got 2 hours and 3 brothers to kill.
That could be on the cards.
But boys, there's something that happened to one of our dear friends, which I completely forgot about. And then I was scrolling through Reels the other day, and it popped up on a random like random meme kind of account. They just post
A
silly
video of
videos.
your friend.
One of our dearest friends. I won't
Oh,
say his name.
I do know this video. I saw this one as well.
But the man in question.
And this is not encouraged at all. This was
Oh,
sort of
no.
behaviour. It's funny.
Drink responsibly. Don't jump from roofs. But this
Jump
man
responsibly.
launched from the top of what seemed to be at least a 2-story house
Yeah.
onto his mate who was sitting on the
On to his mate.
on
a table.
He was laying down on one of the old Australian sort of plastic green washed out tables.
It was during a period a few years ago where like everyone seemed to be doing it, jumping from a roof and landing on a table.
Through a trestle.
Yeah. But I don't know, he had a little bit of flair to it, I must admit. And it was
like a 180 of sorts.
Very, very impressive. Everyone got through unscathed, which is the most important part, because it's a lot harder to laugh when somebody's died.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but
a little tricky.
Makes
it's
it
harder to laugh in public about it.
but yeah, I'm glad that he was getting a bit more kudos, because I only just saw it via a good friend of ours, Snapchat at the time, and I was like, that
Yeah.
seems like it deserves more attention.
Like,
That seems like it should be a viral.
That happened in like 2017 or something. And I'm scrolling through my phone the other day and I'm like, oh,
It's back.
That's my mate.
So did your mate post it, or has it been taken up by one of those
So the person...
epic fail compilation pages, which I
No,
tend
epic-
to spend most of my evenings perusing?
Epic fail compilation page saw the video somewhere and it got a
ran with it.
relaunch.
But it was
That's
actually,
sick. I would-
shot by our good friend. I'll explain who it was after.
I would love to be on an epic fail compilation. How great would that be? You've absolutely... It's the modern day funniest home videos.
What do you reckon you could do? What's in your arsenal?
What can we get you to do next week, which could get you on?
I reckon you can't go past a cheeky banana peel slip.
That seems very low.
Like carrying a big tray of
low
stuff.
stakes, low entertainment.
High entertainment, classic comedy.
But
I
it could
think.
be funny because it never actually happened.
Well, actually, it did happen to my friend when we were in primary school. He was running. He slipped on a banana peel. And he, to this day, he still has a giant scar on his knee because he
How
took out a chunk.
so he fell forward.
He was going quick. Yeah, he fell and slid and scraped and... Oh. So stay safe out there. Those banana peels, put them in the bin.
It's so hard. Like as a young kid at primary school, you're like everything you see on TV is a cartoon. Like nothing like that happens in real life. And then you watch this kid just absolutely spin out on the field.
Eat it.
Oh, burn ya! Golly gosh! Stay safe, everyone. Don't jump from too many rooms. Or if you do, film it. Justin Bieber Ghost. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Freo or 107.1.
Boys, we've brought a friend into the studio with us today, haven't we?
As we often do.
Not a sponsor of the show.
No,
but the old-
so their brand won't be named.
But okay, brand won't be named, but it's a tiny footy. How tall would you say? How big
How
would you
tall?
say?
How tall? Measure him up.
How tall? 5 centimeters?
Yeah, it's tiny, right?
What's he weighing?
It's tiny, but these kind of balls, they do damage, don't they?
Yeah, a 5 centimeter ball can do
They
damage.
can do damage. And these
It's a little
kind of
footy. It's a little blue footy.
Exactly. These kind of balls, they get a run inside households a lot, don't they?
Yeah.
What is the worst thing you've broken inside the house with a footy? Or any sort of ball? Tennis ball, AFL? Because the other day, Jake, we were even kicking a true size Sharon in the kitchen
Match replica.
on your birthday dinner.
And many years ago, Dad would have been like, mate, cut that out. He was very much getting involved.
His catchphrase used to be, get that ball outside.
Yeah. You've left out a few cheeky expletives there,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is nice of you.
Lose that ball.
Lose the ball. That. Oh, yeah. We're going to put that on his grave.
Where is it?
Lose the ball.
Where is it? Oh, it's going through the vase.
Worst thing I ever broke would have been our family. I think we had a family portrait hung up, and
Ooh.
managed to just knock that.
Clean off.
Yeah, yeah, and real good.
It was hard because that was down the hall that we used to play basketball, which is a bad place to hang a family portrait.
Yeah.
The fact that we even had a hole, like a specific hole to
How did we
hoop.
play basketball?
If I had kids, let alone 3 boys, if I had a vase or a glass or anything that I cared about, that would be getting locked away
Yeah.
for 20 years until they all move out, and then I can finally drink from my favourite glass.
We used to do a lot of stuff in the house, especially like wintertime would come. We had all of our little bikes and whatnot outside, and then wintertime would come, and I'd just start carrying the bikes inside.
Or the
And-
Razor scooter.
Yeah, and then you just be doing laps of the house on like a Razor scooter. You're like, I don't know, 8 and just like peeling
And
around.
we had this lovely hardwood floor, gorgeous and great for shredding on.
The best was the lino though. We used to have white lino in our kitchen, and I used to run amok on a little trike. It was a little 3-wheel trike.
Yeah.
And
As they often are.
almost exclusively. But it had no brakes, so what you had to do was you just pedal, and then in order to like every pedal meant it was a push.
One circle.
Yeah. And then so to brake, you just used to slam your feet on the actual pedals and it would just break.
Yeah.
And I used to be so good at like jamming them shut that I could do these huge skiddies. And so I would literally go peeling down the hardwood.
Yeah.
And then the exit point would then spit out onto the white liner. And I'd be going so quick. And then straight away as I'd hit the white liner, before I smashed into like anything in the kitchen, I would slam the brakes on and just do these huge chunky wheels.
Yeah, I remember I used to see them, like the big black marks.
And let me tell you, those skids are much nicer to see than the ones you leave nowadays.
Oh, good, Joey. Joey's the king of skid marks.
Simpler times, eh?
But no, they used to be all time. Used to be able to I used to obviously get quite proficient at cleaning them up, but they were almost like accolades. They were so good. But then I'd have to get off the bike and I'd be screaming and carrying on. And then you'd get on the floor and you'd just be rubbing away at the liner because the rubbers stain the liner. Good times. New Radicals. You get what you give. You're listening to the Backpack on Radio Freo 107.9.
Can you imagine if that was the rule around Christmas? You get what you give. I kind of like it.
I do like it.
You get yourself a gift. I like that.
We should do that, dude.
We should do that. Or what you guys could do is do what you did for my birthday and give me a piece of paper.
I didn't even pay for the piece of paper. Joe's talking about we got him a voucher.
No, you didn't. You got me a piece of paper saying I could do a bird watching experience. Lovely gift.
Well, you're making it sound like we printed out a Google search result and just like
That's what it was.
Oh, was it?
He doesn't even know about the Google search.
It was a screen grab, dude. We used the window snipping tool.
It was
Right.
did
I owe you bird bars.
Golly gosh. Yeah, it could be on the cards. Boys, just about to hand over to the team at World Football for our
Yes.
big power couple of hours,
Yeah.
should I say.
Kicking it over to them, keeping it hot, keeping it live. Don't want to be caught offside.
What was your favourite thing that happened in the soccer space this week, Jay?
Oh, there's definitely some goals.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
last week Liverpool got a win.
Oh, nice.
Liverpool,
Against who?
absolutely. It was in the quarterfinal. This is when I was driving home listening to World Football last week. I learned about
well,
it.
they're probably not going to talk about it if they talked about it last week.
I assume quarterfinal. There's probably another game.
Oh, they would
And
have played-
Liverpool probably got the dub.
The question isn't who's playing in the finals, it's who's up for relegation, boys.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
the
It's
end
all
of the
about
day.
relegation.
Is it about winning or is it about losing?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be relegated. Do you think sometimes people get relegated and they go, next year is going to be chill. Next year is going to be so easy.
No,
Those
no.
teams all suck. I don't want to verse. I have no idea what teams you need the comp.
Yeah.
That's why you got to listen to World Football to get your info.
That's exactly right.
Huge, boys. We had a big guest on the pod as well this week. We had a bit of Dyson Heppel love.
Oh, from Aussie Rules.
Yeah, it's from
Australian rules
a different
football.
form of football. He's an absolute champion. Absolutely love chatting with him. So if you do find yourself looking for something to listen to over the week, now that footy AFL season is back upon us, the chat with Dyson we had during the week was fantastic as well.
Bloody oath it was.
Feel free to tune in. We'll be back same time, same place next week. You can obviously find us basically anywhere you want to look for us. Just Google, as we did for Joey's birthday, the Mac Pack, and you can print
Print
that
it off and
print it
give it
out,
some.
share it to a friend. Yeah, if they got a birthday coming up, that'd be a great recommendation.
Sometimes it's the thought doesn't count as much as the actual gift.
Control Shift 4, baby.
What does that mean?
That's how you take a screenshot. So Jay was clearly not involved in the process at all.
Boys, until we do this time next week, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to.
Go give your mum a hug.
It's ciao for now. Bye now. Thank you so much for listening to yet another week of us on Radio Fremantle or 107.9.
As you heard, there's a lot of participation
Or participation.
from the listeners. So if you want to get involved with the show next week or any week after that, make sure you listen in live and hit us up on the Instagram DMs.
Slide into them DMs.
Yes, and if you want to listen to the show with all the music as well, tune in at 107.9, 8 to 10 every Saturday.
Boys, have you seen the new piece of tech we've got running here at the Mac Pack?
Oh, it's quite exciting, isn't it, Joey?
Very exciting.
What's it bloody called, Jake?
It's called the Mac Phone.
The Mac phone.
What
The
does that
Mac
mean?
Phone. It's like a bat phone, but it's for the Mac.
That's right, guys. We've got our own bloody text and call line 047 30 30 880.
And we want you guys to get in contact at any point that you choose to. It might be Tuesday lunchtime that you're listening to this.
That's right. It doesn't have to be live.
No, it doesn't.
You could just text us right now. Tell us what you're having for lunch. That's all. That's all we care about.
You might be walking home and you see a weird thing happen on the street. Text the Mac phone.
And we won't get back to you, but at least we'll know about
We'll
it.
definitely see it.
And we could talk about it on radio as well, so that could be
Or
good.
the pod.
If you really want to be involved, that's Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 a.m. That is when
We're on call.
we're on call and on air. And that's 047 30 30 88.
But you can hit the number absolutely anytime you want. Any questions, any queries, any way that you want to get involved with the show, just fire it through. 047 30 30 88.